Ethereum, is it going to be the next investment of the decade? Let's find out. So guys, girls, everyone, hope you're good. Please do subscribe, hit the bell button, and obviously good things like that, such as the like button. It does help. So on the screen, the 10 best performing stocks. Yes, I said it, stocks of the decade. Let's have a look. We're gonna talk about the notable absence of one asset that we all like and enjoy. But let's talk about it. We're going to talk about the decade now. We're going to go, whoa, into 2030, essentially. What's going to happen at the end of that year, we do not know. Now, Netflix, top of the tree. If you invested $1,000 at the start of the decade, boom, you would have made a ton of money. Same with Domino's Pizza, Market Access Holdings, Exact Science, all these stuff here. Massive gains. Now, yes, there's huge gains in the stock market. However, it requires you as a person, as an individual, to do your research to figure out what on earth is good and what's bad. Netflix is an obvious one. You can see that with how it grew, all kinds of stuff. But if you go back in time and you go, well, from 2000 to 2010, in terms of before the market crash, you would have probably said the likes of Apple, you would have said the likes of Microsoft, you would have probably said as well, maybe Amazon, Google, all those giants. So different element of gains, but safe gains, you could probably argue, in the tech boom. And you can see also the S&P 500, huge. But let's talk about the performance of Bitcoin. We have to eclipse that. I'm pretty sure we did. So when you start looking at the Bitstamp chart on the likes of, the simple asset of Bitcoin, if I just start putting a little box up here from the bottom, I'm pretty sure that is the bottom for £1 whatever. So for Bitcoin, fucking Jesus, I didn't even know this. That's crazy. So I thought it would have been a little bit higher than that. So basically you're looking at, let's just go to 5,000. Okay, let's just make it a round number. If Bitcoin went to that number, that is eclipsing what Netflix did in a decade in literally, what? Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months. Bow down to your Bitcoin, you are awesome. So, I'm going to zoom out now. We're going to go right to the fucking top. Because why not? Let's see how small this line gets. I know this is about Ethereum, but let's just wait a second. Wait, let's just see, because this deserves some credit. Whoa. Boom, 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 boom. Vroom. Let's just do that. Apologies, guys and girls. Bear with me whilst I just complete this. Now, we know that Bitcoin got to a very, very... There we go. That's a price point. There it is. Look. Oosh. The top. Yeah. Win. So, I want to talk about Ethereum now. Let's go to Ethereum. Let's go to the Ethereum chart, because let's talk simple methods, simple maths. Ethereum right now is roughly $250, right? It's been lower, it's been a lot higher. I physically believe that due to the current price of Bitcoin, for example, which makes sense, okay, multiples in Ethereum, apologies, let me just get a chart up. Let's have a look. Ethereum, let's go to Coinbase, why not? It's got a decent amount of data. There we go, that'll do. So when you start, I don't know what that's from, that's old. Bye. Anyways, with all this, and you think to yourself, right, multiple gains, multiple percentages on all kinds of stuff. I personally believe that if you're looking at a trusted entity of a coin that is out and it's been out for a while, look at the likes of Bitcoin. It was out for a while before it obviously popped. Ethereum is that kind of element as well, a decentralized application. If you don't know what Ethereum is, please do your research. It's an open source platform for decentralized applications based around the world of smart contracts. It's pretty Gucci, it's pretty cool, it works in a good way. Ultimately, it does work in a good way. It has scalable problems, but we're talking 10 years to kind of solve this shit out at the minute. So, when you start thinking Ethereum, We've seen all the headlines of BTC could go to freaking 1 million, or it could go to 500,000, 100,000, 40,000, whatever. Where will Ethereum go? If Bitcoin can go like that, what could Ethereum do? Now, I had a video about Ethereum recently. It's doing well. And one of the questions, one of the comments I got was, I think you're wrong. I think that it will go way beyond what Bitcoin would do in the next decade, which is a very, very valid comment. And it made me think, but you're probably right. You probably are right in terms of if Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin goes now to 20k, Ethereum will not do the same amount of growth. You got to think, if Bitcoin goes to its all-time high, it's literally it's double your money. That's it, right? Not much, 100%. Cool. You know, people would be happy with that. I would be. But you could get more with Ethereum. If Ethereum even gets, like, if you think, right, if Bitcoin does 100x, Ethereum will be roughly $520, right? Oh, not 100x, sorry, 100%, sorry. So if Bitcoin goes to 20k, you're looking at that for Ethereum. I think Ethereum will go a lot higher than that, and I really do mean that. I think Ethereum, if Bitcoin goes to 20, it'll probably be roughly there again. It'll be in around that $800, $900. But when you think in the end of the decade of going into the future and going to this point in time, I would highly think and suggest that if everything is still hunky-dory with Ethereum, it would be a lot higher. And when you start doing certain things, such as putting extensions on charts from the top to the bottoms of areas, and start thinking, well, what's to stop Ethereum really taking off and going way beyond the all-time high into these levels, into these extension levels? Is it possible? I genuinely think that if everything is good with the decentralized world and smart contracts get to use blockchains and all kinds of payment mechanisms, and Ethereum is the leading decentralized application platform, it will be a much higher value than $260. Now, let's talk about investing here. If you bought in high, you've got a dollar cost average. $260 as it currently stands isn't a bad place to be when you think of the fundamentals, when you think of what it is, how it's going to improve its staking, 2.0 Ethereum, all that kind of good stuff. But you got to think as well, right? What about Bitcoin? If Bitcoin's bullish, woohoo, it's going to 1 million, John McAfee's going to eat his winkle, all that good stuff. Well, if that does happen, where the fuck will Ethereum be? It will not be $260 unless it goes busted and bankrupt and something else is formed. But you got to think of the other coins as well. What about the likes of Tezos? What about the likes of Cardano? Probably Tronex as well. Tron, even though it's an absolute shite coin. Where will they go? So you got to think, this whole decade is interesting. You could also talk XRP for payment solutions and banking and all kinds of stuff like that. You know, Stellar. It's very, very promising. However, if blockchain is used, adopted, payment mechanisms, all kinds of funky-dory, hunky, cool stuff. Big problem though. It has to happen. But if you're an investor, boys and girls, trust me on this. Dollar cost average. Don't worry when it's low. Buy it. If you still believe in it, obviously don't buy it with a credit card. But Christ, not a financial advisor, but buy it with amount of money you can afford to lose at low prices. Easy. So, if you think about it, what would happen if Ethereum went to 5k? You'd probably go, you're an idiot. Got a whole 10 years here. 10 years, you just don't know. Look what happened to Bitcoin. $1. It was fucking nothing at one point. To 20k. Wow. And you see all these tweets, regurgitated ice, all at $11 and all kinds of good stuff like that. So, let's look at this. Boom. Current price levels. Off you go. All-time high. Good chunk. Beyond all-time high, a really decent chunk. Beyond that. And you got to think though, even from this point here, right? I want to put my money where my mouth is here. I think Ethereum will be the better, safer investment in crypto. I think there will be more cryptocurrencies that will do a lot higher than this in multiples. But if someone said to you, if you put $1,000 into Ethereum right now and you're willing to wait 10 years and it could possibly go up to the likes of $6,000, you'd bite your hand off at it. You'd go, yes, please. I'll have all my bags, please. Thank you. Go for it. You would. but it's safety, it's fundamentals, it's development, it's the adoption of the essentially the blockchain world. That's the thing. Like I say though, there will be other coins that will come out. There'll be coins that are already out there that are at a much lower price than Ethereum at this current level that could eclipse that massively over the next 10 years. But you got to remember as well, this market, what does it do? It goes up, it goes down like a bloody yo-yo. You may find this happening. It may do this. It might do that. It could do that. And that allows you to then rebuy low, buy more, sell high, rebuy low. Markets run in cycles, and you've got to think investment cycles are king. So, simple really. I think that Ethereum will be one of the top investments of the next decade. I think there'll be more out there as well. Obviously, as things progress, things may not even be out yet. But you got to think, if Bitcoin is bullish and it is a store of value, you got the likes of XRP pushing for payment solutions. You got things like Ethereum being a decentralized application. The price is only going to go one way, and that's up. Take a chance. Take an absolute chance at buying at low levels. And as an investor, if you are unsure what to do, as an investor, right, all you need to do is do this. And this is a real top tip, and I'm hoping that you see it. Because when you start diving deep in the weekly time frame, and you see these little levels here that have like plonked themselves in key regions, they're your buying zones. No matter how high it goes, they will probably try and retest that region. So give it a go. Put a little order in here and there. You never know what could happen. So there you go. That is today's video done. I hope you are good. Another video coming very, very soon. But yeah, take a chance.